Good morning, good morning, good morning to everyone. We are back for another morning show for the Caramel Rail Show. Thank you guys for being here. It is Monday, my least favorite day of the week, but we are still here. Thank you guys. Wet my whistle, honey. Good morning, good morning, good morning, Jamelia Ward. Good morning. Good morning, everyone coming in. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Monday to everyone. Hopefully, you guys have your coffee and your tea and you're getting where you need to be or you got where you need to be this morning. Thank you guys so much for being here, waking up with me. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I see y'all coming in. Good morning, Erica Butler, Truth Be Told, Essence Tender, Siobhan Foster. Good morning. Good morning, Maria Perry. Good morning, Janice Jones. Good morning, Rose Armstead. Good morning, Hibiscus Rose. Good morning, Queen Sunshine. Good morning, Living with Purpose, Marilyn LeBlanc. Good morning, Wanda Coxshell. Good morning, C. Lewis. Good morning, Coletta Passmore. Good morning, Lori Eden. Good morning, Denise Slay. Good morning. Good morning, Living with Purpose. Good morning, Sexy Black. Good morning, Delilah T. Good morning, Nikki B. Good morning, Mrs. Washington, Aries Girl Podcast. She's a content creator. Please check her out. Who else we got? Carla Van Zant. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning and good morning. Good morning, TCB. Good morning. Good morning, Belle Wilson, my mod. Happy belated birthday again. I hope you had a wonderful birthday. Good morning, Crystal Amos. Good morning, I'm done. Good morning, Siobhan Foster again. I'm doing repeats. Good morning, Chanel Monday. Says good morning. Had to come back in here. Says that you're funny, LOL. I appreciate it. Thanks for being here, child. It's always a crazy moment here. I never know when it's gonna happen. It's good morning, D. Tamsi, good morning, Brown Eyes. Good morning. Good morning. Yes. Let's get into the show, guys. Everything said in the video is alleged, in my opinion, and is used for fair use and entertainment. I gotta wake up, y'all. God, I gotta wake up. Jesus. Oh, and I got a lot to do today. Sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Get my laptop back up. I gotta have that up. I'm sorry, guys. I'm working off my other laptops here. I'm sorry. All right, boom. I gotta have that up because I got. I'm going back. All right, so let's get into the show. First topic for those of you who do a lot of fast food, eating out. You definitely want to be aware when you're giving your card to said person at the window to take your payment for said order. I found this, and you guys know I always like to do awareness on my channel so that you guys will be in the know in terms of what's going on. Okay, shout out to City Boy Times because this is where I saw it. But you guys definitely be careful when you pass your card through these windows to pay for your orders. Make sure you're watching the entire time. I know a lot of times people are playing on their phones. They're distracted by things going on. But make sure you keep it from the time that you pass your card from your hand to the next person's hand. Watch them the entire time while they're swiping your card or doing whatever they're doing, because this is starting to be a trend in people stealing your identity and stealing your card information. Check this out, because you guys are going to be like, wow, here we go.
This is why when you go to certain places and give out your card, fast food restaurants, stores, you got to see what the employee's doing with your card. Look at what this person is doing. Allegedly, she was on FaceTime with her friend, showing her friend the card. Maybe her friend was getting information off that card. This is so wrong. This is why when you go to certain places and give out your card, fast food restaurants, stores, you got to see what the employee's doing with your card. Look at what this person is doing. Allegedly, she was on FaceTime with her friend, showing her friend the card. Maybe her friend was getting information off that card. This is so wrong. This is why when you go to certain places and give out your card, fast food restaurants, stores, you got to see what the employee's doing with your card. Look at what this person is doing. Allegedly, she was on FaceTime with her friend, showing her friend the card. Maybe her friend was getting information off that card. This is so wrong. This is why when you go to...
All right, so you guys see and you guys hear that. Make sure you keep your eyes on your card when you are going through these fast food drive-thrus. Make sure you're watching, because these young people, they're not just there for a check. Some people are there on the fraud. We talked about, I think, one time where this particular girl was working at a fast food restaurant. I want to say it was Starbucks, and this lady paid with her order with her card. The girl took down her card information and used it other places, and she tracked it back to the girl at the Starbucks, went back to the Starbucks and let her know, I know that you used my card and I'm pressing charges against you. The girl started crying and said, please, please, please don't call the police. Don't press charges. I'll pay the money all back. She was like, no, it's not that. It's not you paying it back. It's the fact that you did it. You're supposed to do a job when you're here, not take people's personal information and card information and go shopping. So whoever she showed this card information to on FaceTime, that's against the law. Okay, that's some federal stuff. Now, I don't think these young kids understand that. Anything that you do bank related is federal. Federal time starts at 10 years and up. So if you're out here doing that type of mess, a lot of people say, I see here in the comments, a person said, I scratch off my CVV off of my card and I memorize it. Okay, that's a great thing to do. That's a great thing to do. Okay. You have to take certain precautionary measures, put fraud alerts on your account so that you'll know when crazy things go on with your account that's unbeknownst to you. It's no different when you go out to eat. I tell you, when I go out to eat, I immediately go to my account. So as soon as they swipe my card, I can see what's coming out of my account immediately. If there's any other charges that I do not approve of, I can go ahead and dispute those right then. And I'm constantly checking my accounts, and I get alerts from my accounts. If there's anything that's done from my account, anything that's taken out, I know about it. And you have to be that on when it comes to your stuff. This girl here needs to be fired and definitely prosecuted, because whoever she's working with, this seems like this is some type of organization that they've set up, and people, there's no telling how many cards that she's done this with this person, whoever it is on FaceTime. It only takes a second for your information to be taken. And as you can see, she's holding it up to the screens close enough so that whoever is watching and or in on this with her, they're getting all of this information from this card. So you guys definitely be careful. I like to do awareness on here, because people, you don't want to get got and you get ready to go shopping or get ready to go out to eat or whatever you get ready to do, pay a bill, and all your money is wiped out from your account because of stupidity like this, and greedy, dishonest people working in jobs that they should not be working in. Okay, let's move on. We like to do awareness. All right, so another thing that we need to have awareness of, if you have small children who ride the bus, all right, if you have small children who ride the bus, sometimes they're tired from a long day at school, and sometimes they fall asleep on the bus. This little 5-year-old fell asleep on the bus, and he woke up, and all the children were gone, and the person driving the bus also got off the bus, and this little boy was terrified. You could hear him crying. So let's do a trigger warning on this, because he was a little distraught, but we're going to go ahead and show it anyway, because it's another awareness. This particular driver had just finished doing some type of training, bus driver's training or whatever, and she did not complete her job, because her job was to, once she parked that bus, to walk that bus to make sure that no other kids were on the bus. She did not do that. As you guys can see on the video, she's going to get off. She's going to switch the bus off. She's going to grab her belongings and get off the bus. Now, 2 seats back was the 5-year-old sleeping on the bus. Now, had she got up and walked, she could have woke him up and said, hey, come on, you about to get left on the bus. But she didn't do so, so she did not complete her job. Let's get into this video.
Overnight, a Tennessee bus driver has been fired in the wake of this heartbreaking video. Watch as this 5-year-old boy sobs for help, waking up inside this parked school bus alone. Just 10 minutes earlier, the driver had ended her shift. She's seen walking off the bus, not noticing that sleeping boy who's just 2 rows behind her. The bus company saying the driver had just completed a 2-hour training session days before. The boy was heading to an after-school program, but both the driver and program employee failed to perform safety checks, which are meant to stop children from being left behind.
The bottom line is, if everybody had done their job like they were supposed to, this child would have been located and would have gotten off here.
Finally, the terrified boy figures out how to open the doors himself, walks off the bus, finding another bus driver who helps him get to safety. Overnight, a Tennessee bus driver.
Oh my God, that cry really got to me. That really got to me as a mom. That got to me. 5-year-old, he's crying for his mom on this bus. He's there alone. It had to be scary. Okay. Then he couldn't figure out how to open the door at first. Then he figured out how to open the door. That's another issue, because with trafficking being at an all-time high, once he opened that door and ran out on that lot, suppose there would have been somebody that pulled up in a van or something and grabbed him. I think about all types of stuff like that. That was a dangerous situation all around. What if he tried to, I don't know, whatever he tried to do on the damn bus. But the fact that he got off this bus and he's just walking around unattended, no adult around, anyone could have snatched him up. He could have gotten ran over by another bus or another vehicle. I think about all that type of stuff. So I'm glad that they did fire this person, because she did not do her job. You were supposed, it only takes a second. After you switch off, whip around and walk down and then come back and make sure there's no one still left on the bus. This boy was terrified.
Has been fired in the wake of this heartbreaking video. Watch as this 5-year-old boy sobs for help, waking up inside this parked school bus alone. Just 10 minutes earlier, the driver had ended her shift. She's seen walking off the bus, not noticing that sleeping boy who's just 2 rows behind her.
2 rows, that could have been avoided. That could have been avoided. He was very much so terrified. So yes, definitely. Bus drivers, if I have any bus drivers in my chat, please make sure you do your due diligence and walk the bus to make sure these children are not on the bus and left on this bus, because he was traumatized. Waking up like, oh my God, where's all the kids? Where are we? Like, he didn't know where he was. He didn't know where the kids were. He didn't see the bus driver. He was alone. He couldn't figure out how to open it. It was a lot of stuff going on at one time for a 5-year-old. He's still a baby at this point. My God. But that was very sad. Okay. That was very sad. So definitely make sure you do your job. All right, so let's spin the block on a topic that we previously talked about. We talked about a young lady who was brought before the church when she found out that she was pregnant, and she was shamed and being made to tell the entire church that she was pregnant out of wedlock. I found a video, and I actually saw this morning, and I said, I want to share this because a lot of people deal with this thing called church hurt. And you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. You go to church all your life. You've been made to go to church, first of all, by your parents. You're raised in whatever doctrine that they were brought up in, and that becomes your doctrine until you're old enough to make your own decision in terms of where you want to go to church and what denomination you want to fall up under. A lot of times churches can be very judgmental. They have certain doctrines, and they can be very cult-like as well in terms of their beliefs and what they want people to, and rules and regulations they want people to follow, which sometimes can be very unattainable, because 9 times out of 10, the person that put the rule into effect, they're not following the rule at all. They're sleeping with congregation members. They're sleeping with men. They're stealing money. They're doing things that they should not be doing within the church. So do I ever feel like a person should be shamed in any way, shape, or form, whether it's the fact that they came out as gay, the fact that they came out to say that they were pregnant out of wedlock? I don't agree with it, because I feel like, and we said it before, the doctrine I was brought up under was that love and kindness is what draws a person. That's the way God would ordain that to be. But then when you have people who are very judgmental and very mean-spirited, you see a lot of that, and you drive people away from church and or wanting to come to church, when that should be the one place that you should feel most comfortable coming when you have said issues. Okay, let's get into this video, because you can tell this lady went through a lot of church hurt. And I like to keep putting air quotations when I say that, because that is a real thing. All right. Nobody should be shamed and then feel like, oh my God, I don't want to go to church. I just don't want to go to church. Church should be a great place, a fun place to go. Not a place where you got a camera in your face. Everybody got their cell phones out in church now. I'm seeing, when I see videos online of people in church, that's not something that would have been allowed back in the day. Like when I was growing up, you dare not take out no phone and be videoing people getting their praise on or anything else, because one of those old church mothers would have walked over there and told you, if you don't put that phone up, because I grew up in a day and age where it didn't have to be your mama that said something to you to correct you. But one of them old mothers would have walked up to you, or one of them deacons would have said, if you don't put that phone up, we don't do that in here. You don't put that phone up. But now it's just like, that's just the norm where you go to church, everybody's videoing people. People are having private moments. They're trying to pray. Their eyes are closed. And you got people with video cameras in their faces and posting them on social media. Let's get into this video here where this woman speaks on a situation that she went through being shamed. All right. And she also speaks to the pastor that shamed the young woman who came out to say that she was pregnant out of wedlock. All right. Let's get into this.
Okay, it's time for me to talk about it. I know I'm crying today, but that young girl in the church, the way she was treated was wrong. Let me give y'all a story. Irvin. Okay. Before Irvin, I have a son. Well, he passed. Rain Rico. And I couldn't tell nobody that I was pregnant because I was scared. I was 17 years old and in high school. So I finally told my mama. She accepted it. And back in the days, they would tell you when you getting pregnant without being married, the child is considered a bastard child, which is a hurting thing. Mm-hmm. And yes, I was in the holiness church as well. Went to church all the time with my auntie. We stayed in church. Saturdays, we packed the lunch, and that's where we stayed in church. So when I got pregnant with Irvin, I already made the mistake the way I felt with Rico. So, of course, I can't tell that I'm pregnant again in high school with Irvin. So I hid it. And one night, I was so angry. I had to wear long, big shirts and different things to disguise myself because I didn't want to bring this so-called bastard child into my family, because that's what they call them. Mm. So I hid it. And my mama went to work one night, and I was sitting in my mama's den, I remember. And Rico went to sit on me, and my water bust, and my mama boyfriend was there. And I told him, I said, I wouldn't tell him I was pregnant. I said, could you take me to the hospital? I hadn't had no prenatal care because I couldn't tell nobody. So they took me to the hospital. He took me to the hospital. I knew I was delivering, and Irvin wasn't quite 7 months. Mm. So we got in went up to the nurse, and I told her, I said, I'm having a baby. I didn't even look pregnant because I was trying to hide it. So, and she says, no. I says, I'm having a baby. And she says, no. I said, yes, I am. I'm having a baby. And she says, well, what's going on? I said, I feel like I'm getting ready to push this baby out. So she looked, and she says, you're having a baby. And she put me in a wheelchair to get me upstairs, and I had Irvin in the elevator of the hospital. Okay, I could have broke Irvin's neck because I was sitting in the chair at the time I was having a baby. Then I had him early. The reason why I had him early because I was under so much stress because I couldn't tell my mama, I couldn't tell nobody that I was pregnant. And when I tell y'all, that haunts me to the day. See my face? That haunts me to the day. So, I'm going to tell you something, Pastor, you so-called pastor.
Come on.
That what you said and did to that girl is wrong. Because when you said she couldn't have a baby shower and she was so evil from having a baby, I guess, that's going to haunt that girl the rest of her life. And to the girl, hold your head up, sweetheart. Get your good education. Mm-hmm. Take care of yourself and take care of your baby. Because I'm going to tell you something. Don't end up like me and regret what I did for the rest of my life because I kept it secret. And I want all young girls to understand when you're pregnant, talk about it. Because the same people who talking about you and putting you down, if they're not lifting you up now, they're not going to lift you up as you go.
Come on now.
And I just want to say, shame on you, Pastor. Shame on you. Okay.
All right. What y'all think about that? She told his ass. Shame on you. That was the end part I love. Shame on you, Pastor. Shame on you. I love that part, honey. Yes, honey. And shame on you, Pastor. And shame on any other pastor out here. Okay. Shame on any other pastor that is under that doctrine to where you do that. That's no. You talk about it. You do. Because when you're pregnant, For those of you that have ever been pregnant, that have children, you know when you're pregnant, that's a time where you don't want to be stressed out because of anything that you feel your baby feels. You passing that same feeling down to your child. So you want to have a less stressful pregnancy as you can. That's why they say don't be mad at certain people. Don't be mad at the baby daddy or the baby gonna come out looking just like you. Y'all hear stuff like that all the time. You don't want to be stressed out because that will make you go into early labor. And she went into early labor at 7 months, according to her, because she was stressed out by what she had to hide. She didn't have the support system that she needed because she was shamed because of the doctrines that she was brought up under. And then y'all heard her mention mama had a boyfriend that was at the house. Mama was at work. She did. I was just like, ho. So mama is shaming you for having a child out of wedlock, but she got a man in the house that she's sleeping with as if that's not a sin as well. I mean, if we're going to be technical about it, because the Bible does say you should not have sex before marriage. So if the child is doing it and she's getting pregnant and mama is laying up with boyfriend booed up in the house, what he doing there? I mean, mama, you wrong too. So you see how people like to cast the first stone on somebody else when they don't look at what they're doing, so to speak. Okay. But you know, we grew up in terms of hearing mama say, I'm the mama and what I say goes, you know, you don't question me, that type of thing. But then they do whatever they want to do, and it could be wrong as 3 left shoes. But then when you do it, it's, you know, the whole damn church got to come down on you. But we hear about it all the time, as I was saying, with different pastors who can sometimes be very judgmental of the people that they try to lead. And I think a lot of times these pastors have this God complex, and a lot of times these pastors feel that they're above judgmental, being judged by anyone in their congregation or anybody, so to speak. And if they are judged, then they want to go and sue people like T.D. Jakes. We're going to talk about that in a second. Or try to hush people up with NDAs. We're going to talk about that as well. In order to continue to do things that they want to do, but judge other people and keep pushing these doctrines on others. All right. Now, for those of you that may know about the situation with Pastor John Gray, y'all remember he was caught on webcam where he was meeting women, one woman in particular, where he was cheating on his wife, who was also, I think she was like a minister in their church. He was waiting for his wife to go out of town to actually cheat. He was caught on video camera, you guys, exposing himself. He was in there with his pants down, exposing himself to this woman that he was talking to on video camera. But then when this woman exposed him, after he promised her like a house and all these other things for her to move closer to him because he wanted to be able to cheat with her and not have to fly out of town or drive far, he wanted this woman to be close to him so that he could cheat with her and do unmentionable things. All right. He was caught bent over with his pants down on one of the videos. It was a mess because I think I might have covered this. But once he got exposed by this woman, he got up in front of his congregation and he cried. Okay, that's the telltale sign. Okay, that's the telltale sign. He started using a lot of scriptures. We see that a lot. T.D. Jakes did it. Eddie Long did it. Jamal Bryant does it. All of these pastors, when they get caught in these compromising positions, they like to flip it and flip the narrative and start throwing out all these scriptures to try to deflect and take your mind off of what they did and try to put your mind back into godly things when that's the last thing they were thinking about. But of course, he got exposed and he cried in front of his church for forgiveness. His church forgave him. He is still the pastor of that church. Then not so long after that, I heard that he got sick with some very serious illnesses to where he had to be in the hospital. Then he was asking the congregation for prayer. And I said, see, when these pastors get to playing with God, there's a little thing that comes with that, which is called, okay, because you are held at a different standard, at a higher standard. When you're preaching and teaching, you know the way, but you don't go the way, then certain things start to happen to you, kind of like Eddie Long. Okay, let's get into him because he's the next person on my list. Y'all remember the whole Eddie Long scandal where he was running around with the young boys, making boys sign NDAs so that they would not speak in terms of the things that were going on behind the scenes. These boys were calling him daddy in the church. He also was said to be maybe sleeping with these boys and doing inappropriate things, exchanging money and gifts for inappropriate behaviors, laying hands on with, places that he's not supposed to lay hands on. Things like that. And then we start to see his weight dwindle down and he started to look very sick. He was this huge muscular built man. And he went from that to being this shrinked down, sick looking individual prior to his death. A lot of people were saying he passed away from this aggressive form of cancer. I don't know what he passed away from, but it was rumored that he was GAY, allegedly, hypothetically, and maybe And of course, you know, he passed away. So his legacy, the way he passed away, his legacy that left with him was the fact that he was messing with these boys. So much so to one of the boys actually had Eddie Long's name tattooed on his arm. I don't know. I love my husband. I don't even have him tattooed on my arm. So if you're that in love with or enamored with someone that much to where you tattoo their name on your arm, I got to say that there was some shit going on that probably shouldn't have been going on. This person loved you enough to get a tattoo on your arm, or on their arm rather, of your name. I'm just saying. So for him to deny it, he stood up there. I'm like David. Y'all remember that whole video? I'm like David with Goliath. I'm gonna keep fighting, and I'm gonna fight this lawsuit. But then ran into trying to settle and handed out NDAs. He talked all that big talk in the pulpit about what he was going to do and how much he was going to fight. And like he was like David and Goliath up in there, but ran his ass right into court and tried to settle with these young men and had them sign NDAs so that they would not speak. One of them was getting ready to write a book. His book was held up because he was forced to sign this NDA. This is the bullshit that we keep talking about with pastors. And these are people who judge their members when they get out of the doctrine and or things that they're supposed to be following that was put into place in these churches. Now, I don't have a problem with rules and regulations, because rules and regulations should be any and everywhere that you go. If you got to have rules and regulations when you drive on the highway, there should also be rules and regulations in the church. I agree with that. But when it becomes this cult-like behavior and this controlling behavior, I have a problem with that. When it becomes where you're being judged by certain things that you do, you should not be judged. It does say in the Bible, judge so that you don't be judged. The only person that should be judging is God. I come to the church because I have issues. If I come there and I want to cry and I want to get prayer for said issues, it's nobody else's business but me, God, and the person that maybe prays for me. That's why it's important for you to know the Bible yourself, read for yourself, so that you will educate yourself in terms of what's in there. Because you have a lot of people that stand behind that podium and that pulpit, and they just say things for amens. Really, I grew up in the church. I know all about it. I've seen a lot of pastors and preachers fall. And I was like, oh, not him. Yeah, they're human. They're human. They are human, just like you're human. You're going to make mistakes. All right, let's move on to the Jamal Bryant issue. You guys know about that. He was seen at strip clubs in Atlanta. When he got caught with that, he was turning around saying he was trying to get strippers to go and vote. I don't think you need to go down there to have strippers go and vote in an election. That's what he was trying to say he was down at the strip club for. But of course, we know about him having babies in the congregation of the people that he's supposed to be ministering to, and having verbal spats with women on social media. We've seen that. Most recent thing now is with him being exposed for impregnating a woman in Texas, to where she went and filed child support charges on him. There was a paternity test done, and it was found that the child was his. So that's another baby out of wedlock, a woman that he was seeing and are sneaking around with in Texas. All right. Now he lives in Atlanta. What the hell are you doing all the way in Texas? All right. He was doing the same thing with the woman that he wound up marrying now, Corey Turner. He was running around in hotels with her. Tasha K ran up on them in Florida and found them. She took off running because she was embarrassed, because she too identified herself at the time as a minister. She had on some tight streetwear looking type stuff where she did not look like a minister. And he was with her, and they were staying at a hotel not far from an ice cream shop where Tasha K saw them, and she exposed them on her channel, at which then this wife who he just married, Jamal Bryant, she did a video where she said, I was not running. I was not trying to cover myself. I was not. But first of all, you were wrong, because you were not married to Jamal Bryant during the time that you guys were jumping cities and going different places together, sleeping with each other in hotels. Y'all were sharing a hotel room. And if you know Jamal Bryant like I know him, you won't sleeping on no damn couch, or y'all didn't get no twin beds up in there. And he slept in one bed and you slept in one. He slept in the bed with you. And I'm just saying, this man got kids everywhere. And he was running around asking some of those women to get rid of said babies by way of AB in order to keep his image. So we hear about this all the time. Let's move on to TD Jakes. We know about him being seen with Diddy and at Diddy parties. Okay, we know what's going on at Diddy parties. We've heard about it. That's why Diddy's ass is in jail right now until his trial in May. Okay, you are what you hang around. I'm sorry. You ain't praying with him. You ain't having Bible study. You out there, he throwing up gang sign and pictures that you guys are seeing in publicly. We also know about a man who just recently came out to say that he was exposing TD Jakes for saying that TD Jakes offered to pay his bills and take care of him in exchange for sexual pleasures. We know about that. I talked about it on my show as well. Now we're hearing about TD Jakes coming on social media and making different YouTubers take videos down. And he also recently struck another content creator by the name of Storm Monroe. You guys may know him. He struck his channel for a video that he spoke about him on as well. So now it's the let me shut you up so that I can do sin in peace. That's what it gives. That's what it gives. They better stop this mess. Okay. I don't judge anyone, but I will expose you. I'm just like, I ain't judging you, but I will expose you. That's my job as a content creator, blogger, whatever you want to call it. Is to get the tea and release it. Okay. Call it whatever you want to call it. I don't care. It's what it is. If you don't want to be exposed, stop doing the shit that you're doing. Just stop it. I also had another issue, another thing that I want to talk about when we talk about childhood hurt and church hurt. There was another situation that I found out about where this woman who went to this church, she was a member of this church when she was a child, and she was like well into her 70s or so. She had some medical issues to where she got sick. Let me get off this picture right here. I'm sorry, I'm working off different laptops today. But she was going to this church since she was a child, okay? And she wound up getting sick. And of course, you know, at church, you pay your tithes and there's certain, you know, things that they ask you to do. This woman was paying tithes prior to her getting sick. When she wound up getting sick, she, of course, could not come to church anymore. She had a lot of medical expenses. She could not pay her tithes. So she was kind of trying to survive. It was becoming too costly for her. At the end of the day, she stopped paying her tithes. Long story short, she wound up passing away. Her family contacted the church to have her funeral there. Mind you, this is the church that she grew up in since childhood. The pastor and the people of the church told her she could not have her funeral there because her tithes were not caught up. I said, excuse me? You know how much tithes this woman paid since childhood, and she's well into her 70s, and you guys refuse to have her funeral at a church that she gave all this money to you guys to because of some tithes that she was behind. Now, mind you, they printed up an invoice to this woman's family to say they would be willing to do the funeral if they paid said invoice of the back tithes that she owed. Somebody might have heard about this. I'm not even making this up. They printed out an invoice to these people, to this woman's family. They trying to get this woman's funeral and out, funeral arrangements and all that. If they're not already grieving enough, you just add it to their grief by printing out an invoice of back tithes that this woman did not pay to this church in order for her to have a funeral at her home church where she grew up. They refused to pay said tithes. They were like, this is some BS. We're not doing that. Another family member who also went to another church in that same town wound up talking to their pastor. They agreed to have her funeral at that church, didn't charge them a dime because she's been going there for years. These are the types of things that I'm talking about with these churches. They could have had this woman's funeral there just for the sake of the fact that she was a member. Okay, a long-standing member because she'd been going there since she was a child and been paying tithes up until she became sick and could not come to church, and she was having financial issues because of medical situations. And y'all know medical bills can be outrageous depending on what medical situation you're dealing with. Okay, so upon her passing away, that was very crazy of them to go and have the secretary of the church print out this huge invoice and send this huge bill to them saying that she owes all of this back money before they could even consider having her funeral at the church. So she couldn't even be buried at the church that she spent all of this money and her time and service and everything else to at her home church because of a dime. And churches nowadays are becoming money chasers. It's about money. It's a money grab. The pastor's riding around in a Bentley, Rolls Royce, BMW, you name it. Huge house on the hill, and members are suffering. They can't pay their light bills. You got people that don't have food in their homes, people that don't have transportation to get to and from. Somebody done caught the bus with their last few dollars to come to church, and they get there and they get judged. So you have to make a decision. Do I want to keep coming to church or not? A lot of people have stopped going to church. They have, because of the way churches are now. But I said all that to say this. Please know where you're going in terms of choosing a church home, choosing a pastor. Do your homework on said pastor. Don't sit under people who have crazy doctrines, that have this, put people under Stockholm syndrome and make you believe things that it deep in your gut that's not right. But because you want to be a part of, you get hoodwinked and pulled into different situations that are not Christ-like. Okay, I don't care how well they preach. I remember before I even moved to Atlanta, I used to watch not TD Jakes, but Eddie Long on TV. And I was like, oh, wow, he's a great speaker. But then when I started hearing all these other things about him, I was like, it's a chop for me. Because a girl that grew up in the church, I know right from wrong. I know how things are supposed to be. I know a lot about the Bible. I also read the Bible. I know you probably can't tell because my mouth is too slick, but I do have a certain spirituality that I do follow on my end because of that's how I was raised. That's something near and dear to me, and I will continue to do it. I teach my own son how to pray. That's a huge thing in my household. But when I start seeing things that are not right, I disconnect myself from that because I know the right way to go. Whether they choose to go or not, I know the right way to go. So you have to make that decision in terms of making the right decision in terms of who you sit up under church-wise, okay? So that you don't experience church hurt, embarrassment, cult-like behaviors, and being hoodwinked by the church, because it does happen. It's a real thing, all right? Let's move on past that. You guys get the point. Let's move on. All right, so DJ Academic faces backlash for alleging that Drake helped LeBron James cheat on his wife, Savannah. Now, I think that DJ Academic needs to fall back because he's currently dealing with an issue to where he might be going to jail for a little while by someone getting beat up. And it's said and alleged that DJ Academic had something to do with it. So you may be facing a lot of time, sir. So you might want to stay out of this. LeBron James money is long enough to sue your ass and come for you. All right. So let's get into this because I did not agree with this at all. Y'all know LeBron and Savannah James, honey, they've been together since high school. They are high school sweethearts. So, but then again, you guys also know the most athletes do be out there, child, and they do be cheating with these Beckys that be hanging around the locker rooms and hotels and stuff like that. So I'm not saying he didn't do it because it's a possibility, but let's get into it.
Let me just tell you what I've heard. Yo, LeBron, you and Drake used to go on two mans, okay? You've been cheating on your goddamn wife. Drake used to facilitate the host, and basically, essentially, you can't dance to a song about him being a pedophile. He used to supply you with the bitches. I'm sorry, my nigga. Yes, if I'm Drake, I snitch on you too. Sorry, buddy. You can't do that. No. You've been living a lie, and everybody been thinking you're this perfect guy, but when you come to Canada, I know some of the whores. When you come to Canada, you know you come to certain places. I'm supplying you with the white women you love. You don't even like black chicks. White women. I'm the guy.
Not the white.
So when I bring the tings, and I'm hooking you up, when Kendrick drops a song saying certified lover boy, let me just tell you what I've heard. Yo, LeBron, you're the first one to say, whoa, me and Drake done did some two mans. He ain't never bring no underage girl. What the fuck is you talking about? Or how about you shut the fuck up and don't dance, don't crip walk, don't do nothing, and how about you go win some championships? I'm sorry. I'm snitching on you. That's why you in trouble, LeBron. You can't dance to a song about me being a pedophile when we went on two mans. That's why you're getting dissed on these random songs. There's like five tings in Toronto ready to shout your business up now, bro.
Not Toronto.
Like, LeBron, nobody told you if you're secretly cheating on your wife, stay out the way. You're the
Yikes. I don't know why you had to blast LeBron like that. I like LeBron. I don't know why you all up in LeBron business, okay? Maybe because you can't get no bad kids with your chubby self. And then why? This person said that we do know who sent AK, which is academics, on this dummy mission, right? Okay, this says that he really is pathetic. Says that now when LeBron sent him some papers and take everything he has, is Drake going to save him? Absolutely fucking not. Another person said extreme loser behavior. I agree. I do not like DJ Academic. I just do not, because he does the most. He has a current case right now where this woman has said that he did SA her. She fell asleep at some, I think at his house or something. And it's on video, according to this woman, where he was in there and violated her in some type of way. I'll say allegedly. And she's gone to the cops and she's pressed charges against him. So I would think that would be your main focus versus worrying about who LeBron James is over there banging. Okay. If Savannah James ain't on social media yelling and screaming about it, then I don't know what the fuck you doing. I don't know why you care, and I don't know why you clocking his dick mouths, because it don't have nothing to do with you. Worry about the ones that go in your mouth, allegedly. It says that AK Wendy Williams now said the Academic is Wendy Williams now. LOL. Not Wendy Williams. Says that nonetheless, Drake and AK are nasty biatches. Child, not nasty biatches. Said the Academic running with the narrative that he heard and speaking on it like it's law is really effing insane to me. Says if Aubrey has, which is Drake, y'all know that Drake's name is Aubrey. Said if Aubrey has so-called evidence, then release it. Other than that, shut the F up. Okay, I agree with that one. I love that comment. Another person says the Academic, one of the worst things to happen to hip hop and new media. They reading his ass down. Obviously, you guys can see he's not loved out here in these streets. Okay, it says that he makes all the pathetic men feel championed in justified trash. Another person says, so Drake's way of getting back at LeBron for dancing to a song of an artist that he's also not a fan of, which you guys know is Kendrick Lamar. LeBron is a huge fan of Kendrick Lamar. So now they say that Drake is trying to team up to help bring LeBron James down by exposing the Beckys that he's said to have been running with and are smashing in Toronto, Canada, which is where Drake is from. Okay, it says that says dancing to a song that he's also a fan of is to snitch. They says that that's his character, truly not like us. They're talking about Kendrick Lamar there. Okay, so they're saying that Aubrey and Academic have reached an elite level of corny. So they're trying to spread ish that could break up a family over a man singing a couple songs and mental illness. Right? They've been together since high school, college, whatever. Says that who let this man have a platform? So a lot of people, as you guys can see, they're not in favor of DJ Academic blasting LeBron James. If he did go out and have some infidelities, that's between he and his wife, until his wife comes out and says what she has to say, if she files papers or if she makes a statement, which she probably won't because that's their business. I feel that DJ Academic might want to stay out of that because he is speaking of it like he was there. Okay, it's given that you are loud and maybe wrong over hearsay of maybe something, maybe Drake or maybe one of his affiliates may have told you. So it's going to wind up getting you a defamation lawsuit if you don't pipe down. All right, moving on. Y'all know we got to switch it up, child. We put a little hip hop news in there because I have a huge different type of audience that watch me. Some of you guys are biblical, some of you guys are not. So we got to switch it up. Let's get into some Nene Leakes news. All right. Hope you guys are enjoying the show thus far. If so, don't forget to hit the like button. And I thank you in advance. All right, next topic. All right, so Nene Leakes says that she and NBC Universal have put their past behind them, and she will be working on a project with NBC for the Oscars. She said that we're dating very slowly. So it's giving that Nene is slowly maneuvering her way back into NBC, which is also Bravo. Okay, so she might be seen back on Real Housewives of Atlanta slowly. It's given that they're trying to mend fences. You guys know that Nene a little bit back sued NBC Universal as well as Bravo, and that did not go very well for her. They kind of ousted her, and they was like, yeah, bitch, we don't ever want to work with you ever again in life. Fuck you, fuck your wig and everything else to come with you, and that horse you rode in on. Okay, they was on that. They were gang gang on your ass. But so Nene is speaking. Let's get into it. All right, boom.
If the Housewife franchise called, would you be able to put the past behind you?
Yes.
And go on?
Okay. So, first of all, if they called, I would answer.
Yeah.
I would need to hear what they have to say. We have put a lot of things behind us that some people know, some people don't know. We've ended all of those things. We've moved forward. I'm doing some things with NBC. I will be on the after show for the Oscars.
Yeah.
I will be doing that. We have our we have our relationship. We're kind of dating slowly.
Oh.
So yeah, we'll see what happens. But I don't know. I wonder if I went back over there, would they all beat me up?
If the housewife franchise called, would you be able to put the past behind you?
Yes.
And go on?
Okay, so as you guys hear, Nene has said that she has mended fences with NBC Universal, and if the proposal was good enough for her to take a look at, then she definitely would consider it. So it's given that she is open to coming back. I know at one point she was like, yeah, I'm never coming back. I don't care. I don't care. Even if they reach out to me, no, I don't care. So I think that she's now realizing that you might need to come back, because she was the highest paid housewife on the show. Nene was getting paid the most money for being on Real Housewives of Atlanta. When she left, Kandi Burruss took that torch. Once Kandi left, now it's Porsha. So with Nene coming back, that's going to bump Porsha down probably, because Nene is that girl. I'm just saying. Nene is definitely that girl. So we'll see what happens. For now, she is getting ready to do a podcast. I don't know if you guys heard about it. Nene will be doing a podcast with Sierra Jakes from Love and Hip Hop. I don't know if I agree with that totally. I don't know why. Maybe she's grasping for straws. She's looking for some type of attention, but she is getting ready to do a podcast with Sierra from Love and Hip Hop, okay? From the show Love and Hip Hop. So I don't know, y'all. I don't know about that move, Nene, but congratulations to her. You guys know she is currently on the show on Netflix called The Upshaws. She and Cynthia Bailey are on that show. I'm hearing that it's doing very well so far. So congratulations to Nene. She's making a comeback. She's bouncing back from that situation with NBC Universal and Bravo. So she was seen, as you guys can see here, on the Tamron Hall show, and she's pretty much made it known that she would be open to come back. So hopefully she and Andy are fixing their issues, and NBC Universal as well, because she and Andy Cohen used to be very close before this lawsuit. I don't know if it's going to ever be the same, but hopefully it could get to a point to where she will be able to go back if that's what she so chooses to do, because she is missed. I like Nene on the show. Say what she wants to. Say what you want to. She is a narc. She does not like accountability, but she is good TV. I can say that about her, okay? She's definitely good TV. All right, but let's move on. Y'all can put in the chat how you feel about it, honey. We took a poll the other day where a lot of you guys, I said, hey, put a 1 if you guys would like to see Nene come back, put a 2 if you would not. I saw a lot of 2s. So I don't know how you guys may feel about Nene popping back up on Real Housewives of Atlanta. She might be the person to come and save them with them ratings, child, because them last ratings from last season was a chop, baby. It was all right, but we talked about the LA wildfires. We're not going to get into it today, but I do want to do an update on a very noble thing that was done by the Beehive owner herself, and that is Beyonce. Honey, let's get into what Beyonce. All right. Yes, honey, let's get into Miss Sasha Fierce right now, because she's done a very noble thing. Beyonce, honey, her Be Good Foundation donates $2.5 million to the LA Fire Relief Fund. That's a great thing. Tax write-off, of course, but it's still a great thing because a lot of people have been displaced. They've lost everything. So that's a great thing for Beyonce to do. $2.5 million, that's very exceptional. All right. That's going to do a lot of good for those people. Okay, so it says Beyonce's Be Good Foundation is donating $2.5 million to the LA Fires Relief Funds. All right, they are here for it. Everybody's happy about that. Also, shout out to Halle Berry. She cleaned out her entire closet, you guys, and donated her clothes over to the people who were also affected by the fires. Okay, so shout out to Halle Berry for doing her big one, and so many other celebrities as well. I'm seeing that Tyler Perry is also stepping up and challenging the insurance companies, State Farm and Allstate, for dropping the insurance of a lot of the homeowners in LA as well. So he is challenging that. He is speaking up on that. He is saying that he's going to do everything in his power to help those who lost their insurance, because a lot of them, and it was months before this said fire. So that's unfortunate, meaning if you don't have insurance, then how do you recover? So shout out to Tyler Perry for doing his big one of stepping up and doing what he can do with his celebrityism and his money and everything else that he has in order to help out. He's always helping out. Say what you want to about Tyler Perry. He does help the people. All right. He will help the people. I like that about him. All right. He came from nothing. He was poor. He grew up homeless. So he understands the struggle. And I like the fact that he always puts himself into position to help other people when they are in dire situations such as this. Okay, so shout out to Beyonce on that. We love you down now. So as you guys can see, the Beyonce Foundation Be Good donates $2.5 million for the Be Good LA Fire Fund Relief. So shout out to Beyonce on that. We love you, girl. All right, yes, and love your music too, girl. I'm a fan. Let's get into some Maxine Waters, honey. Let's get into Maxine Waters, honey, because she is letting the people know, honey, first of all, don't overtalk me. I love Maxine Waters. She is a no-nonsense type of woman, baby. And she let this man up here on this damn platform know, baby, let me tell you something, okay? Let's get into her. Let's get into her. All right, shout out to Maxine Waters. Maxine Waters defends Democrat after LA Fire criticism, says that we shouldn't get the richest 1% to pay their fair share. Let's get into it.
Instead of this business about Democrats or Republicans, get the information up on the screens. Where can you go in Altadena? Where can you go in Pasadena? Where can you go in Malibu? Where can you go in the Palisades? Where can you go in San Fernando Valley? They don't know. They're looking for help, and that's what we should be dedicated to.
I agree.
And you too.
We are doing it. We will continue to do it. I think you are right. However, it can also be seen that you don't want to talk about the politics because it's on your party, because the mayor and the governor are Democrats who arguably should have had the people in Altadena better prepared for this. They should have the resources more available so they don't need me to put them up because the state has been doing the work. And that if they've been preparing the situations for wildfires like they were made aware of, instead of cutting deals with PG&E and insurance companies, they would have prepared the state. That is not unfair criticism. Is it too soon? Maybe, but the questions are real.
Let me tell you something. I'm not in the business of protecting anybody. And I think that my work over the years that I've been involved have been absolutely on point in dealing what has to be dealt with in order to help the people. First thing you got to understand is services cost money. And we should be willing to get the richest people in this country, the richest 1% that is protected, make sure they pay their fair taxes so that we can have the money to provide the services. With that money and with those resources, the people who have been selected or elected to do the job should do the job. I don't care who it is. It could be Democrat, it could be Republican, it could be whatever. But the fact of the matter is, we all should have heavy hearts right now. Instead of this business about Democrats or Republicans, get the information up on the screens.
She right about that. She did. She told his ass. He's sitting there looking like, okay. I love me some Maxine Waters. She is no nonsense, baby. She will clap back on your ass real quick and be so right with what she's saying. All right, so California Representative Maxine Waters claps back at wildfire criticism, calling for the richest 1% to pay more taxes to fund essential services. Says that Chris Cuomo, honey, challenges her on whether Democrats dropped the ball on preparing California for wildfires. Okay, so it's not just on the Democrats, it's also on Republicans as well. If they're not doing their due diligence to help out, then damn it, get your ass out there and do it. Because bottom line is everybody needs to help everybody. If you can, then do what you can. If I don't give a damn if you just give a shirt. If that's all you can afford to give, great. If you're a billionaire and you're sitting back doing nothing, shame on you. These people did not ask to be displaced. Stupid asses out here setting fires in LA. Thank God they're caught and arrested. But what do we do now after the arrest? They still have to have their homes. We still got to figure out why insurances are dropping these people months before this catastrophe has happened. Thank you to Canada. Thank you to all the other countries that have come over to help put out these wildfires. We appreciate that. Thankful for the prisoners who have taken classes for firefighting to come out to help distinguish these damn fires as well. But now what do we do in terms of moving forward? Parts of LA is a war zone, looks like. Rich neighborhoods. Okay, rich neighborhoods have been burned to the ground. What do we do now in terms of fixing this situation? You know, we are our brother's keepers, and so to speak. You know what I'm saying? If you're doing well enough to where you can donate, then do so. If you're not, nobody's going to say anything about that. You can't feel bad about that because everybody is a part of some type of struggle. All right. But she is definitely correct in what she is saying about don't just try to put this on the Democrats, but the Republicans as well. Everybody needs to do their part, and everybody is doing their part, hopefully. Okay, so that's all we can say on that. Shout out to Maxine Waters on that for stepping up and leaning up on this man on this damn screen and letting his ass know, baby, no. All right, so let's spin the block on another conversation here. We've been talking about Twitch boss most of last week. We do have a new development that we want to add to this. Shout out to OMFG Reality. Hollywood Unlocked. I'm sorry. I'm still waking up. Twitch boss's brother, you guys, exposes alleged conversation via telephone call with his now widow, Allison Hoker, all right, addressing his family signing the NDA. Said that I would do it again. So she was talking real haughty on this phone call, you guys. And Twitch's brother has released this phone call. We're going to listen to it right now. The Twitch, the boss family, they are very upset still by this situation with Twitch boss. And now the new developments have come out about his ex-wife, now widow. She's getting ready to write this damn book, and she's going to be using his journal in order to push this book, which they do not agree with. His mother has also spoken up. We talked about that. Twitch's stepdaughter, which is Allison's oldest daughter, 17 years old, she just did a video which made it worse. But let's get into what Twitch's brother has to say and this alleged phone call. All right.
I got you. I got that. I told you, girl. Make his mama sign an NDA. I told you. To see his body. Listen to this. Listen. You actually think that it is cool to make his mama sign an NDA to see his body?
Yeah, I do.
Oh my God.
I would do it again. I would do it again every single day for the rest of my life if I needed to.
To see his body.
I would do it again and again and again.
Why would she need to sign an NDA to see his body?
It's great. But also, I don't understand how y'all don't understand that Stevens even asked her to do it.
He didn't ask her to sign.
I would do it again. I would do it again every single day for the rest of my life if I needed to.
You hear that? You hear that?
Again and again and again.
Why would she need to sign an NDA to see his body?
It's great. But also, I don't understand how y'all don't understand.
I got your ass. I told you. He didn't ask her to sign the NDA to see his body. What's this? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Did anyone ever tell you?
What's this? In a party, an NDA for a party, NDAs for a party.
And asking his mother to
No. It's not the same thing. I have had the NDA to go to the funeral. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I just said Stevens asked her, have to sign an NDA. No. Did you know this?
That's different than signing the NDA.
No. That came from Steven.
I'm asking you. You would never post a picture of Steven in the thing, right? Picture Steven in the casket, right?
Yeah, but I'm also in the industry, and I know that. And also, I don't know all the people that were in that wake. By the way, because you're asking this question trying to set me up, I didn't know the people that were invited to that wake.
No, I'm not trying to set you up. I'm asking you. You would never post a picture of Steven in the thing, right? So if you say you wouldn't, why would you think that Connie would do that? That's what I'm asking you.
I was also going off of... Did anyone ever tell you... I was also going off of advice from people. So, I don't know. I've never done this before. I don't know why everyone expects me to have done this before. But also, just so you know, by the way, meanwhile, do you know that Steven has asked Connie to sign an NDA before? This was not her first time signing an NDA. I don't know if you knew this.
I mean, I've signed NDAs before. I think it's more...
Connie had to sign an NDA to go to one of our parties. Did you know this?
That's different than signing an NDA.
No. That came from Steven. And Steven wasn't like, don't make my mom have to sign an NDA. No. Connie had to sign an NDA for Steven to come to a party, and Steven asked her to sign it.
Allison, I'm saying...
I was also going off of advice from people. So, I don't know. I've never done this before. I don't know why everyone expects me to have done this before. But also, just so you know, by the way, meanwhile, do you know that Steven has asked Connie to sign an NDA before? This was not her first time signing an NDA.
Okay, so she's such a stupid ass. I'm sorry. At the end of the day, if he's going to said party or going to attend a party and an NDA is asked to be signed, then that's different than a fucking funeral where the family is coming together and grieving and you got security standing at a freaking door and telling people, okay, you can't enter. Family members now, his mother, family members, that they cannot enter their loved one's funeral. And we talked about this before, until they sign an NDA, thinking they're going to go up there and snap a picture of their loved one. They can have as many pictures as they want of their loved one. Yes, he was a celebrity, but that's their loved one. How do you tell? You probably snapped 1 million pictures of him in the casket. I'm pretty sure that she has pictures of him in the casket, her husband. So you mean to tell me that his mother, who gave birth to him, could not go in there and take a picture of her son because you made her sign an NDA? And then you Connie, whatever happened to Miss Connie? That's his mother. I don't know, y'all. I'm so old school with it. Why you couldn't call her Miss Connie? That's where your daughter get it from, her disrespectful ass. And Connie, her daughter on the video. And Connie, like if you see her as grandmother, then that's Miss Connie to you, baby. That's Miss Connie to you. Now you on the phone and Connie signed and Stephen would have wanted it. I don't think Stephen would have wanted his mother to come to his funeral to see him and pay her last respects and have to sign an NDA and be sitting on the front row pissed off because she had to sign an NDA in order to come and pay her respects to her son. I don't think that Stephen would have wanted that. I'm just saying. Shout out to Stephen's brother for releasing that phone call, because that definitely needed to be played. And she was very haughty in this call, and she said that she would do it again 1 million times. So that means the bitch did not feel any way about doing that. It says that Stephen Twitch boss brother has exposed an alleged conversation of his widow, Allison Holker, where she addressed making his mother sign an NDA to view her son's body. That is some snake-ish if there has ever been. So you guys heard it right, Chip. Y'all want to hear it again? You can head on over to Hollywood Unlocked because it's there. All right. Shout out to them again. Let's move on, child. Now, for those of you that have AT&T, you may want to check your bill, child, because you might have some extra charges on there that you didn't know about. Let's get into it. Ooh, child, so much going on. Shout out to It's On Site. Former AT&T employee is arrested for fraudulently adding lines to customers' accounts to boost commission. Let's get into the news part of it all, y'all.
We're sharing details this morning about an arrest that could have you keeping an eye on your phone bill. Katie Barnaby is a former AT&T employee accused of adding unauthorized lines to customers' accounts to boost her own commission. We're told the victim reported fraud on their account to police, and now police say Barnaby did this to as many as 30 different people back in 2021 and 2022. So check your statements there. After sharing details.
Again, play one more time for you. Anybody have AT&T, you better check your statements because you might have some extra stuff up on them.
This morning about an arrest that could have you keeping an eye on your phone bill. Katie Barnaby is a former AT&T employee accused of adding unauthorized lines to customers' accounts to boost her own commission. We're told the victim reported fraud on their account to police, and now police say Barnaby did this to as many as 30 different people back in 2021 and 2022. So check your statements there.
Wow. Cassandra said I had to call AT&T several times to have them remove felonious crap off my bill. She says I check my bill statements all the time. See, there you go. That might have been that biatch right here on the screen, child. Said former AT&T employees is facing criminal charges after alleged adding unauthorized phone and tablet lines, you guys, to customers' accounts to boost her commission, authorities announced this past Wednesday. Now, the employee, who is 35-year-old Katie, Katie over there, is charged with a third-degree computer crime. Says that she was arrested following an investigation by local law enforcement at AT&T's internal fraud team, which revealed about 30 victims. All right, so according to WLBT reports, says that many customers also only discovered the fraudulent charges after noticing higher bills. Okay, now according to authorities, the former employee worked at an AT&T retail store and manipulated the system to add extra lines to customer accounts without their knowledge or consent. Now, by doing so, the employee was able to collect additional commission payments, which are often tied to sales performances. Okay. Now, the suspect exploited the trust of customers for personal financial gain, and Detective Marcus Taylor of the Dallas Police Department said that the type of fraud not only harms customers, but also damages the reputation of the business, and does. Now, in the statement, AT&T confirmed that the incident was emphasized its commitment to ethical practices. All right. Of course, they're saying that they do take that very seriously. And of course, you guys know that they was in full cooperation with law enforcement, to which, of course, she was arrested and removed from that position. They said that AT&T also encourages customers to regularly review their bills and report any discrepancies immediately if you guys have experienced that. Okay. What up, Snatch by Diego? Thanks for being here. Says I just left AT&T. Also, now I got to check because that's the time that I have. You might got out there. Okay, you might have got. You better check. Anybody with AT&T, check out your bill. All right. Let's get into Destiny out here, honey, saying that she is working blood, sweat, and tears with her Madani warehouse. Well, that ain't even a damn warehouse. Her Madani storage room, child. We talked about that yesterday in the review. Baby, she is pushing this damn storage unit as her business, honey. She calls it her store now. She's calling it a store. So as you guys know, we covered the review of the last episode of Love Marriage Huntsville, where she showed her storage room where she has Lance Fletcher, who's supposed to be building some type of walls and putting some other things to make it a store. She first called it a lab. I talked about it last night. First it was a lab, then it was her office, and now she is calling it something else, child. I don't know, but let's get into it. She says, blood, sweat, and tears and a whole lot of faith went into my new body and home fragrance line and bring back my skincare products with a dream turned reality. From making the products at home to expanding into our first production space. So she's still out here saying that she is a lab person, child. She's working in a lab. That she's child, she said she's making. She said she made her body sprays and the body butter and all that other stuff, child. Said that this journey has been nothing short of what resilience and God's grace looks like, child. Oh, we throw God in there, honey. Says, I'm grateful for my soul. What is it? It's light. What is its skin glow? Says that my motivation and God's unwavering promises, girl. Says that this is the beginning of Madani Beauty. Says that Madani becomes a household name. You mean a storage being named, okay? Madani becomes a storage being named. Let me go ahead and remix that thing. Dream big, hashtag stay resilient, da-da-da-da. Let's get into the video that she posted. Now, this was from the last episode, which was Saturday's episode, where she was at her Madani event. To hear, child, okay? The Lord defends me. Music out of here, child. Well, this is her going into her Madani event. All right. This is her dress that she wore, child. Looking like a fake ass I Dream a Genie. It's giving I Dream a Genie, child. Let me get you a wish, girl. Let me get one wish of thing of you. That ain't how I Dream a Genie do. That Destiny will get out of that storage bin. That she will stop out here playing at our mother freaking face. That Destiny will stop out here saying that she is a lab tech. And that she will stop out here playing with the church's money, Lord. Okay, all of that. Bing, bing, ain't that how I Dream a Genie did, child? Okay, and when she do ding, Destiny, come up out of that storage bin. That you will not put no walls up in that storage room, girl. That you will stop calling that storage bin an office, girl. Bing, all those things. All right, let me help you out. Let's send some of those magical waves your way, girl. All right, child. I don't know, girl. I don't know. That's her and her daddy, girl. That's her and her daddy. Child. At her little Madani. The 796th opening of Madani, child. That's her at the 796th opening of the Madani. All right. So I can't say shout out to Madani, child. I don't know. All right, so let's get into some Love Marriage Huntsville news, child. I hope y'all can use, Lord. I got to come back because I got to cover Latisha and Marcel live because I was in the bed, snuggled up, warm, comfortable. I was not about to get back out of bed. I saw where they went live, but I was not about to go live again because I was tired. So I will have to cover it today, and I will have to come on here in a few and put that on for you guys, okay? But for right now, let's get into some Love Marriage Huntsville news. All right, so as you guys know, Martel Holt is on demon time, and I love it. He is allowing Satan to use him thoroughly, and that's the only time that I love that somebody let the devil use them is when you're dropping some good old receipts out here, child. But Martel, as you guys know, these receipts were dropped. This is the man here looking back that Martel is saying that Tisha was in the back of that damn Buick with, child. So Martel is out here on demon time, as you guys can see. For those of you that did not see that. And the reason why he's on demon time is because Tisha ran her damn mouth over there on Carlos King's Messy Mondays. All right. So Latisha Scott says that Martel Holt sleeps with men in Huntsville, said it is not alleged, and that that is the revenge piece story, and that the revenge piece story was true. So Tisha's out here running her mouth, sitting up here looking like Michael Jackson with this damn light ass Maybelline on, and Carlos scrunching up his face like he didn't know she was gonna say the shit. All right, so let's get into
like boys who was in college. Yeah, one thing we know about Martel is Martel's a liar. We have seen that and known that over the past 5 because the word around town in Huntsville was that Martel liked boys who was in college. Yeah, one thing we know about Martel is Martel's a liar. We have seen that and known that over.
So y'all heard Tisha say that, and Carlos tried to help her clean up and say, you mean allegedly, right, Tisha? No, Tisha, you mean allegedly, right? That was Carlos. She was like, no, not allegedly. No, it was not, Carlos. It was not allegedly. It was not allegedly. It really happened. Okay, that was Tisha. So now y'all know Martel Holt, they're saying, is suing Tisha and Marceau for defamation of character. All right. And he's also suing Wanda because Wanda was saying some shit too in her live about him. So he's launching an investigation, child, on them and defamation and all that, child. I don't know where he got the money from, but whatever. All right. So this is another receipt that Martel has released upon them about Tisha, child. Marceau is there, standing beside the man that had Tisha head like this in the back of the Buick, child. Y'all remember Martel said she was back there being nasty in the Buick, and she was back down there, child, swallowing cocks in the damn Buick. So Tisha's head was like that in the back of the Buick, and the guy right here that's standing beside her husband is the one that did it. All right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyway, child.
You guys really did see or hear everything that Marceau was saying to him because Marceau was dropping receipts and he was naming guys who Martel have slept with in Huntsville.
Is that okay? We gotta say a legend.
No, it's not a legend. It's not a legend. You guys really did see or hear everything that Marceau was saying to him because Marceau was dropping receipts and he was naming guys who Martel have slept with in Huntsville.
Is that okay? We gotta say a legend.
No, it's not a legend. It's not.
No, it's not allegedly. It's not allegedly. He really did that. But now, Tisha, Martel has also said that your husband slept with people behind him. Martel said he slept with these alleged people first, and your husband came up behind him. So what that mean about your husband? He nasty too. If Martel is out here messing with men and you know that, and now it's out there that your husband done slept with people behind Martel, what does that make your husband? Okay, because it's giving he leaving some shit trail somewhere too. I don't want to be too graphic for y'all in here. Okay, but if he walking around, if he walking through the shitty hallways, then and your husband is going down the shitty hallways as well, what that make him? I gotta rub my hands because this is a little. I'm just saying. Martel, you do look a little zesty right there. I see y'all putting it in there. Yeah, it's giving zesty vibes. It is. I ain't talking about the soap. I'm just saying. So Tisha, you out here trying to expose Martel, but you are low-key exposing your husband because they ran together. They went on trips together. They went on guys' trips together. So if Martel was out here with them shenanigans and whatnot, and your husband was right there too, then what was he doing standing over there in the corner on his phone playing Tetris while Martel was doing that shit? I seriously doubt it. I'm just saying. What was Marceau doing if he was with Martel and they was in the room when all this stuff was going down? Nah. Was he over there playing the good old game of spades on his phone? While Martel was over there on that bullshit. I'm just asking, girl. I don't know. While Maurice was over there with his deacon tie on, child. Okay. While his deacon tie on was over there with the lipstick on his collar and all that. While he was over there bussing and all that in the room. Because they said it was 4 some 5 some that one person went in after the next one. That's called a train. Marceau, you kind of threw it out there when you said shareable side chick. So how you know she's shareable? And then Martel come back and say, yeah, we share a hole together. Don't listen to me tell you, child. Let's let Martel tell you, child. You know, Martel do tend to lie from time to time, but some stuff he be saying, I tend to I believe it. So what reason would he have to lie like that? Okay. Let's get into it though. I said, ooh child, it's getting real nasty out here now.
I try to keep whatever Marceau and I done in the past with women and places we've gone, things we've done, people we shared. Him after me though, of course. I try to keep it back there somewhere.
What are you keeping back there? Because we've heard that you kind of dibble and dabble with the schlongs of the schlongianas. So what is it that you're keeping back? Try to keep it back there. What are you keeping back there? Because your baby mama said you like to keep stuff back there too. What's back there? Hold on. What's back there? What are you keeping back there, Martel? Do tell us, all right?
And he, like a fool, wants to keep pushing my buttons, and because I think that he wants it out there. He wants Tisha to go through things and to make a decision. I think he don't want to be married anymore. I feel that.
Just back that thing up, child, like Juvenile. We're gonna play it one more time for the people in the bike. Since Martel said everything is back there. Let's say it again. It said the Martel Holt and the Scotts trade shots at each other. Said that you just let me know how slow your wife is, that I'm simply better than you in every aspect of your life. That is what Marceau told Martel. Now Martel is spilling tea. He is rambling on and on, telling the business in terms of what has happened between he and Marceau and women that they've shared. He also said this at the Big D Energy Field Day event that he and Marceau share women. So now he is telling the business of the business. Now, Tisha, like I said, you don't put out there that Martel like men, that he slept with men. So if your husband is sharing women and or I don't know who else be in the room, that speaks volumes, sis. I feel like you shouldn't have told that because by exposing Martel, you probably also exposed some shit about Marceau as well.
I try to keep whatever Marceau and I done in the past with women and places we've gone, things we've done, people we shared. Him after me though, of course. I try to keep it back there somewhere. And he, like a fool, wants to keep pushing my buttons, and because I think that he wants it out there. He wants Tisha to go through things and to make a decision. I think he don't want to be married anymore. I feel that you should, I've said it before, tread lightly. You know that Martel, we've done. It just makes me feel that you don't care about your marriage.
No, Martel, we don't care about.
Okay, so let me stop it there. Now, when Martel says these things to Marceau, especially in front of Tisha, I feel like I already said, I think Tisha already knows about what goes on behind the scenes. I feel like she doesn't care as long as Marceau doesn't bring that shit home around their kids, and as long as he doesn't embarrass her. I feel like she knows that they don't have a exclusive marriage and or relationship, as long as he doesn't embarrass her, as long as it doesn't get out publicly, because that would hurt her, because they have this image that they are portraying as this happily married couple that have never had no infidelity in their marriage, according to Tisha. Now, usually if a person says that you've done some things or you were engaged in some things with them, and if you disagree with that, then there's going to be some pushback. I don't see that anytime Martel brings this up about he and Marceau, which is kind of alarming to me, which it kind of puts a few red flags in the mix there. If somebody say I did some shit I didn't do, I'm probably going to say, bitch, you a motherfucking liar. I'm going to push back. I'm going to probably cuss you out. And I'm going to let you know, bitch, you're not going to fucking lie on me like that. It's probably going to be that. I don't see that with Marceau and Martel come out with all these allegations and accusations that they've done things together with women, especially doing it in front of your wife, which that's the most disrespectful shit ever. So, and Tisha just sits there like she is just like, it don't bother her. She's not like, what? Why would you say that about my husband? I don't get that from her. She just sits there and she plays on her phone like, go ahead and say what you want to say. I already know about that. Okay, yeah, I already know about it. Tisha, you're giving, I already know about that, Martel. What else you got? That's what Tisha gives. Marceau, you're not clapping back and you're not trying to deny any of these things, which kind of maybe sort of lets me feel like that something may be true in terms of what Martel is saying, because he keeps saying it and you're not shutting it down. You're just saying, we don't want to hear about your words. Like, yeah, fuck that hoe. I don't want to hear about it all. What else you got? Yeah, I did that with you, and what? It gives and what? Not, no, I didn't do that shit. That's what it gives me.
Watch your words. So feel free.
For what?
Because you think that you have something.
Tisha can't give eye contact, and she got a fake text because we know you ain't texting nobody, Tisha. We know you're not texting nobody, so you got a fake text to deflect, and you can't give Martel any eye contact because you know what he's saying is true. When a person know that they lying or they being deceptive, they can't give you eye contact. I read body language very well. Tisha, you got to look in that phone, and I said it last night in my review. Anytime Tisha gets pushed into a corner where the truth is more present than a lie, Tisha got to pull out her phone, and that is her way of deflecting. She got to fake like she's texting and or talking to someone, and we know that you're not. Your husband made you stay there, and you see how Marceau got his hand on her so she don't jump up and leave? That's him controlling her. Like, bitch, I ain't about to sit here and take this heat by myself. We're one. Now y'all are one. Now y'all are one to where Tisha got to sit there because he done told her, sit. Sit. Because she tried to get up before and leave. Sit. And she sat her ass there. So now we're one. We're going to take this unnecessary mental, psychological, and emotional abuse with Martel together. Tisha tried everything she could, including saying, I got to go to the bathroom. I got to go. And that's the only reason why he let her ass go, because she lied. She really had to go into the bathroom, probably go in that stall and cry. I don't think she had to go pee. I think she had to go cry. And she didn't want to do that shit on camera, because then it would have made it look like everything that Martel was saying about her ass and Marceau was the truth. So this is why she keeps running, because she knows that Martel knows a lot of shit about them. She don't want that shit sprayed on camera, and she don't want her reaction to it also on camera. So let's continue.
That can damage my marriage.
Oh no, I don't care if it damage your marriage or not.
Please try.
If it ain't even about trying.
I'm begging you.
It just, I've begged you time and time again.
My thing is
to hush.
I'm not going to hush. I'm not going to tread lightly.
You just let me know. Right. You let everybody know how slow your wife is, bro.
There we go.
You letting everybody know how slow she is, and you should be embarrassed. You should be embarrassed. You should be embarrassed.
I know what he's trying to
You are
do.
horrible for even putting your wife in this situation,
I know
bro.
what he's trying to do.
I know now. It's so sad that you even
notice, and I don't miss nothing. Notice when the camera pans around to another side to where it's off, where it's trying to get I guess film whatever's going on in Tisha's phone. Notice Tisha puts her hand up like this over her phone. Did y'all notice that? Did y'all notice when production swung around to get Tisha at a different angle to where you could see what was going on in her phone? Notice she put her hands up to protect her phone. I don't think Tisha got anything up on her screen. I think she just probably put her code in to unlock her phone, and I think she's pretending to do whatever she's doing in her phone. She hears everything that Martel is saying. She is trying to deflect. Tisha is deflecting. Let's continue.
accepting him talking like this, Tisha.
I know.
This is so sad.
He ain't saying nothing.
He doesn't understand what inseparable is.
Oh,
does he?
it's okay. I definitely say that.
He said my wife is slow.
He wish he had one like me. He wish he had.
Every man wish he had one like you, Tisha. A man can do whatever they want to, and a woman would accept that. Maybe that's the Marceau there.
Unfuckwittable.
Tisha, where you learn that word at? Because you can't even say it. Unfuckwittable. I'm unfuckwittable. I am unfuckwittable. Martel. I'm unfuckwittable. What else you got?
Hey,
he don't know
it's okay.
I'm not gonna use the restroom. You can
She did that real quick. I gotta go use the restroom, baby. Here. Girl, you don't never kiss your husband. Where'd that come from? You ain't have to go pee, girl. As long as you sat there, like you, the way she said it was, oh my God, if I don't go now, I'm gonna wet myself. Like you sat there through all of that shit that Martel had to say. You could have told Marceau in the beginning when he told you to sit down, I got to go to the bathroom. Because I would think you'd have had to use it then, more so then. So that was Tisha's way of getting out of this situation, because Marceau ain't going to tell her on camera, no, I got to use the bathroom. No, sit here. So she was very smart. Wanda probably told her that. Maybe she texted Wanda and said, Ma, I don't want to be in this situation. My thought is making me sit here while Martel is going off on us. How do I get out of this? Wanda probably said, what you want to tell Martel is tell him that you got to go to the bathroom. And then you can get out of that scene, Tisha. That's probably what she told you to do. You probably text your mama right quick. She told you to tell Martel that you got to go to the bathroom so you can get out of there because you got to cry real bad right quick. That's probably what it gave. But let's continue.
Hey, bravo! Hey, that's great to have a good wife like that. But I've been telling you just to chill the out. Don't play.
He's telling him, I've been telling you to chill the F out because I got some shit on you too. All right.
How'd that work out for you?
You sound pathetic.
No, you're making your wife look pathetic. You're making your wife look. No, I don't have one. Bro, it's okay. You know how Tisha does. I'm gonna go too. It's okay.
You can storm off, but guess what?
I'm not gonna storm off.
Guess what?
Look, it's okay.
I'm simply better than you. Understand that,
bro.
In every aspect of your life.
Just because you got a wife that accept anything,
in every
and all that kind of stuff, though.
In every aspect of your life.
Okay, bro.
Guess what?
Enjoy. It's okay.
The actual proof that Martel may feel inferior to me is the fact that he continues to try to compare himself to me. Martel once considered himself on top of the world. And since he failed, in his eyes, he looks up at me and wants to bring me down. And I think that comparison is what fuels a lot of his anger, to say, hey, I know I failed, but he should fall too.
I try to.
Are you trying to say you're on top of the world now? If you're falling from somewhere, then you would be up somewhere. Where are you falling from? I'm trying to figure that out, Marceau. Where are you falling from? It's given that you are putting yourself on the same pedestal that Martel had himself. And you guys have always wanted to bring Martel down a peg because you felt that he was better than you guys, even when he was with Mel. So now you feel like since Martel no longer has Mel, that you can use that against him in terms of making him feel lower than you. And now you feel that just because you and Tisha are still together and that you still have your marriage to her, that you're better than him. And I don't think so, because even though you're still married to her, you're still not happy. You guys are still going through your bullshit. I'm going to play for you guys later where Tisha and Marceau said that they've been really going through it in their marriage, and they're now enrolled into counseling. All right. They're going to counseling, trying to say whatever it is that they want to call that they're living in. I don't know. But I feel like that's a bunch of bullshit. And I feel like Martel is more so upset at the fact that he and Marceau did the same things and that he lost Melody behind it. And that Marceau is still with Tisha, and that Martel has been embarrassed by this situation. And he misses being in his marriage, even though he fucked it up, even though he was doing things he was not willing to stop doing because he felt that he can continue to disrespect Melody. But Melody was much stronger and strong-willed than Tisha and Kimmy seemed to be, because they were all doing the same shit together, minus Melody. And she chose to take a walk, and I respect that, okay? And Martel needs to respect that as well. Not everybody wants to stay in a relationship where they're cheated on, disrespected, babies being born out of wedlock. Everybody don't want to put up with that shit. And Marceau, we know why you went and got your vasectomy, because you didn't want to be like Martel, because Tisha's already made it clear to you, if you bring a baby home, which that's going to disrespect the fuck out of me. And I already told you, Tisha is about not being disrespected openly. Like, you could cheat privately, but bitch, if you bring a baby home, she says, I'm going to take you for every fucking thing you've got. That means because you publicly disrespected me and you brought this shit home like I told you not to do, you better go fix it. And going to fix it means going to get a vasectomy. That means you cut off all things. That means even if it means that me and you can't have no more kids, I know you in them streets, bitch, you better go out there and fix it. And the way to do that is you better get a vasectomy. Because I'll be damned if I'm going to take care of another woman's child. I think Tisha is going to stay with Marceau until they get a house built or whatever it is that she's been asking him for. She's going to save face, and she's going to continue to be miserable until she achieves whatever it is that she wants out of this. And I feel like she might be the one to walk because she stands to gain the most anyway. Everything is in her name. That's what I think. That's exactly what I think. Or she'll just stay in it and continue to allow what's being done. I feel like there may be some type of an arrangement to where they go and do what they want to do, because Marceau has also said that Tisha was a cheater, and that Tisha, of course, knows that Marceau is out there doing his thing, because, I mean, where there's smoke is fire. Everybody can't be saying the same thing about you and it be a lie. But at the end of the day, hey, if they like it, I love it. Who am I to tell you to stay somewhere, child? Let's get out of that and let's get into my last and final thing about some Bell Collective news. All right. All right, this is going to be my last and final topic. All right. Latisha Pearson from Bell Collective, you guys, with her lying ass, sat on the reunion. Do I want to pull that clip? Maybe, just so we can refresh your memory. Give me a second, guys. All right, so you guys remember the Bell Collective reunion where Carlos King asked the ladies, what is it that they're doing going forward business-wise that we can look forward to? All right. Latisha Pearson, she bigged herself up to make it seem and appear that she had this new business going on, Pearson & Pearson Logistics, this box truck company. Y'all remember, I played it here. I'm going to play it again so you guys can remember what was said. All right. Each one of them went around the room to announce what they were going to be doing outside of, let's see. I think it's this one. Okay, so the ladies are giving an update. That's the episode that I need. All right, so I'm going to play it for you guys so I can refresh your memory on what they had to say, what Latisha had to say, Latisha Pearson, Glenn's wife, child. And when she announces that she has this new box truck company that's doing very well, pay attention to Akeisha and how she looks at Willie like she knows that it's total bullshit, okay? All right, let's let it catch up because I got some tea on that, her lying ass. Because y'all don't really like Latisha anyway, so this is only fitting and proper. Let's get into it.
Something about you two that never happened that I would love to see today. I've always asked y'all to hug it out. Marie and Latrice, can Carlos King finally get y'all to hug it out?
Hug it out. We have to get Marie. Listen, she want to be me.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh my God! I am here for this.
Akeisha, that's how you do a collective correct.
Oh yes,
Okay, honey, that's how you do it. Look. It took me 4 years, but who's counting? All right, so look, I think it's only right that we celebrate this moment with the thing that brought you two together in the first place. Bring out the all-powerful Peace Burger.
What is that?
Go! Okay. All right. So listen. All right, take a bite out of it. Make sure it's good.
All right. I already put that magic times a charm.
Yes.
Now that was good.
No, I really, listen, I say this to you guys, y'all don't believe me. I love this show because you guys are so powerful in your career, but also in your personal life as wives and mothers and just as women. And y'all can read it down, baby. But you know, that's a whole nother story. But look, I know y'all are cooking up some major moves. So Akeisha, what can we expect from the Cologne family?
Oh, Willie and I are writing a book, and it's going to be coming out really, really soon. And it's about our love story, our love journey to parenthood. I'm just really excited about that.
Good. And Dr. Marie Monroe, are you retired, like officially?
Yo, I am still expanding my healthcare empire. I have a facility that I've owned for 10 years that I'm currently renovating for my mental health agency for my patients with an intellectual developmental disability.
And are you dating somebody?
I'm on the market. I'm looking.
Tamara Cherie, new mommy. What's next for you, baby?
Oh my goodness. Of course, you knew about my own tea, which was immunity tea. Okay, so after the entire pregnancy and just trying to bounce back, people ask me all the time, I couldn't work out, so I came up with a weight loss tea. So I had my friends testing the weight loss tea.
You can ask me to test it. Honey, I need a detox tea, a weight loss tea.
Yes. So that's something that I'm super, super proud of.
Another baby, or you're done?
Well, I'm still adjusting to the baby I have, very much so.
Well, you probably not going to be having another one with Demond, because I done told y'all that Demond had been messing with some other girl because Tamara is so busy doing everything else. I told y'all that, right? Demond, her baby daddy, her boyfriend, okay, he is out here messing around with some other girl who came out to say that that Demond don't give a hot damn about Tamara, that she been messing with Demond for some years now. Let's move on.
So, hey, we'll see.
Wow.
Okay.
All right. Girl, we'll see. Selena, what's next for you? What you got going on?
Well, just expanding Forest collections with my daughters, of course, enjoying being a grandmother once again. Then I'm about to start filming 2 movies.
Oh, okay. Congratulations.
And a couple more things in the making. So.
Okay. Yeah. So, Latrice, I'll spoil it. She's pregnant.
No.
No, I would not believe it.
No, she's pregnant with ideas.
Oh, okay,
so
baby,
go ahead,
that's
Latrice.
all right.
What you got going on, baby?
So of course, me and my husband, we're venturing out to open up more restaurants like Taste 2.0, how I did Goddess 2.0. And yeah, we're investing.
Congratulations. Shantae Sophia Gucci, the #1 realtor in all of Jackson. What you got going on, babe?
Oh, I passed my broker test. So I'm a broker, and my husband and I are looking into some development where we're going to try to develop some homes, some low-income homes for people in our community as well.
Congratulations, baby. That's big. That's big. Latisha Pearson.
Well, of course, I am expanding my brunch wear collection. It's been doing amazing. I'm also helping, of course, with Glenn. We're going to expand because that's okay with a box truck. But I'm looking more into us creating a warehouse and becoming a distribution center.
Yes. All right. Well, look, on that note, it's only right that we...
Well, on that note, it's only right that I go ahead and put these damn receipts out. Shut up, Carlos. I got it now. Take it away, Caramel. And take it away. I'm happy to do it. All right, let's get into it. All right, so let me make sure I got all my shit here. All right, so let's get into this tea of Latisha Pearson. Now, she is caught lying about her business ventures at the reunion over there. All right. Now, it's said that this new box truck business, let me go ahead and put this up on the screen. Shout out to a reputable source on this too. All right. Ta-ha. Yes, Lord. Yeah, she is a bail bondsman. For those of you that don't know, Latisha Pearson is a bail bondsman. All right. That's her real job. All right. Now, she is caught lying about her new box truck business for clout at the Bail Collector reunion. Now, it goes on to say that the address for Pearson and Pearson Logistics is the same address as her enterprise and business, and that she still has the same sign up that she had up before. She's never changed, and I got a picture of it to show you guys. And she's not advertising her Pearson and Pearson logistics business, all right, that she just talked about, that said was up and running and doing very well. Now, that says that there is no working number. When a reputable source tried to call, said Pearson and Pearson logistics business, there's no working number there. There's no service available there. People have gone there to the door, to the actual door, to see if anybody was there, to see if the business was up and running. Nothing, y'all. I don't know what the hell she was talking about at the reunion, but according to sources say that she put a contact number. The number does not work. She's saying that the business been up 1 year and 8 months, and that's a whole freaking lie because the reunion was just filmed, and she said that she just started the business, so that's a whole lie. But like I said, there's no working number there. There's no services available for Pearson and Pearson Logistics. And like I said, people went by the office and that there was no one there each time. Okay, kind of like how Destiny's thing was at Madonna over there, that nobody was there. So nobody was there to run said business that was expanded out to this great businesses doing all this work. There was nobody there. The business was not open and there was no working number. So Latisha lied to Carlos King, like they're saying, when she was asked what she was working on next, and said that she and Glenn started this box truck business, Pearson and Pearson Logistics, and ain't shit going on there. All right. Ain't nothing going on there, girl. So you were still over there at the bail bondsman office working and getting a check. And Glenn is still around here probably getting fired on every fucking job that he go on to because he can't keep a job, is what people say. All right. So these are fake ballers that Carlos King continues to have on his damn show out here. And that's why she's so damn mad at Akeisha, because what Akeisha and Willie got going on is real businesses. Keisha, her book is really coming out. She really does have foundations. She and Willie really do have what they say going on. And Latisha is still over here lying and making up businesses, and the shit is all lies. Okay. I told y'all they were just living in a 2-bedroom trailer with her mama prior to the damn show coming back, and they done ran out here, and I think they're renting, from what was brought to my attention, the house that they filmed in this season. So she and Glenn are really struggling behind the scenes and renting cars on the show to make themselves look like they are rich and about that life when they're really not, with her hating ass. So as you guys can see on my screen, let's blow it up. Pearson and Pearson, that's the Pearson and Pearson Logistics. That's when she's saying they started it, September September 30th of 2024. That don't make no 1 year and no 8 months. Because what are we in 2025 or January? So that don't even look right. So this shit here don't even look right. Do it. We're not into no year. That don't make it a year. Now, September 30th of 2025 will make it a year, but not no January if you just started the shit in September of 2024. Do y'all not see that? That's some fraud shit right there. So she on some bullshit over here. All right, so here's the business. As you guys can see, Latisha Enterprise. Where is Latisha's what they call this thing? Pearson Logistics. Where's that? Now here's the place where they said the business was. Latisha Pearson, y'all see it here. Latisha Pearson Enterprises. Now the person that went to Latisha Enterprises, nobody's there. There's no working number. The person knocked on the door. They went by there. Nobody was there each time that they went. So I don't know what the hell Latisha was talking about at the reunion where she was bigging herself up like she got this huge box truck business and this other business that she's doing. It's all lies. She is over there, honey, at the bail bondsman office doing what she always do, getting her 9 to 5 wages and getting the hell up out of there and going home to her little rental home. Why you hating on Latisha? I mean, why you hating on Akeisha and everybody else? But she sit her ass up there like she owns all the bells and she ain't even got her shit together. So bottom line is, baby girl, worry about what you got going on. Get some real businesses. Why you so worried about other people? Okay, y'all see here, Latisha Pearson Enterprises. Where is Pearson and Pearson Logistics at? We don't see that shit nowhere. But then you wonder why people keep digging your shit up and pulling you up over here, girl. Okay, we're going back there where you said you've been open for over a year, and it ain't even been a year. As you guys see, Pearson and Pearson. Let me blow it up some more. 625, okay, that's the address. I ain't got to lie about it. 625 is the address, and she's saying that Pearson and Pearson Logistics Incorporated is supposed to be at that same business where we see right here, 625. We don't see no Pearson and Pearson, but we do see Latisha Pearson Enterprise. All right, where's the logistics at? I don't see it nowhere. All right, there are other businesses, of course, you guys can see. Sparks Energy is there, PP&M Consultants, they're there. All right, the River Wellness, they there, but we don't see no businesses going on. There ain't nothing popping over there with Latisha Pearson business. But hey, girl, thank you so much for the lies, but that's all I got for you. Okay, I got no more for you. All right, thank you for the lies at the reunion, though. Girl, you ain't got no storyline and you damn sure ain't got no business going on. But thank you, Latisha, for your good old lies. And that's all we got for y'all today, okay? They said what she paid for. It's given that she might have had a business or something there and the shit fell through and she just left it up there, but she's still pushing it like that's her real business and that it's popping over there, but it's given that it's stopping. It ain't popping, but it damn sure is stopping, all right? But girl, I don't know why you had to lie about that shit. But go off. So Carlos is over here pushing fake narratives and got fake ass people on the show, just like the Scots as well, saying that they got all this shit going on when they don't. But that's it, and that's all. I'm gonna see you guys here in a few because I have a meeting coming up that I gotta get to because we do got some stuff to do. But I'm gonna see y'all, and I'm gonna put up the live so that you guys can see it with Latisha and Marceau, because they did go live with a whole bunch of lives. Marceau was going off on the fans, cussing people out, saying people were stupid and dumb, and y'all know how he gets whenever people question them and what they're doing and their businesses and all that. So him and Tisha Child up there fake flossing and lying and deflecting and all that bullshit. We're gonna see it. I'm gonna put it up here later on. But you guys have a wonderful Monday. And until the next video, I'll see you guys later. Thank you, Bill Wilson, KBR Tyra, and Scorpion Mist for doing an awesome job of modding. And thank you so much, Snatch by Diego, for stopping by. Thank you to the content creators, Truth TV Podcast, Purple Unicorn, Aries Girl Podcast, Deary Talk Show, Miss Hills Atlanta Boss Lady, Bring Girlfriend Chronicles, Kim K, and Love Seeing Her. All right. Thank you all for being here as well. Love you guys down. If you guys would like to be a part of my petition that we are still pushing. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. I'll put that into the chat there. That is the link to that. If you don't want to sign it, you can leave a comment. If you don't want to comment, you can also share it. That still is support. All right. Love you guys down. It is a petition for non-bullying. Thank you guys for doing so. We love you guys down for that. Let's get out of here until next time. And in between time, love you guys down. And bye. Like the video. Share the video. Subscribe. Bye.